Hey y'all, it's me, Key. Welcome back to my channel. As you can see by the title of this video, I am back with another story time. So during my last story time, I did mention that my sister had threw a kickback for her birthday and almost got jumped by some ninjas, y'all. So that's what this story time is going to be about today. Before we jump right into the story time, as y'all all know, I am on the road to 1K subscribers and I'm a little bit over 900 subscribers, so I'm very excited about that. So if you haven't already, please go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, and share this story time so I can reach my goal. We'll try to reach my goal before the end of the year. So let's go ahead and jump right into this story time. Oh, and do not mind the pimple patch. I be trying to wait, breakout or something on my face. I be trying to wait until that shit heal before I record a story time, but it's taking a really long time for this little pimple to go away. So pimple patch it is. All right, y'all. So this story time took place when I was 18. This was before I had met Sean and Kenny. And if you don't remember who Sean and Kenny is, Kenny was the friend that I was dating before I had met his friend Sean. And then I started dating him. And Kenny was actually in my last story time. And Sean, he was in my worst day ever story time. Okay, yeah. So this is before I met them. My sister decided that she wanted to throw a kickback for her birthday, and my mom said it would be okay for us to have the house to ourselves for this kickback. Although she was going to be leaving, my mom and my younger siblings, they were going to be leaving the house. My brother was going to be there in the house with us, my older brother. So I guess he was basically like supervising the whole little kickback. But like, yeah, he wasn't really in the mix. He was just in his room most of the time. During that whole week, we were just getting everything together for the kickback. And we just decided what kind of food we were going to have, music, and of course we was going to have some bottles. So I know we weren't 21, but we always kept us some bottles. And that's because my granny, she had this china cabinet, right? She had this real big china cabinet in the house, and it was full of liquor. It was full of all kind of different liquors. But like the thing is, she really never noticed that we would steal her liquor. Because she had so much, but she would only find out if she would go and look for that bottle and it wasn't there. Then she would know, oh, y'all was in my shit. So yeah, we were gonna have some bottles on deck that night. During that week, we were getting everything ready for the kickback. Of course, we were gonna need to go find us a new outfit. I had bought some gray and white chucks, so I just needed an outfit to go with it. And so back then was like, you know, the whole little clique jerking. Was it like jerking stuff? Yeah, like the skinny jeans and all that. That was that era. I already knew, like, I had in mind of what I wanted to wear for the kickback. So me, my sister, and Karen, we decided to go to Arizona Mills Mall. If you're from Arizona, you know about Arizona Mills Mall. Well, if you're from Phoenix or Tempe or whatever, those surrounding areas around Phoenix. And back then, Mills Mall was the kicking spot for the younger crowd. So if you were looking to catch you a new ninja, catch a hoe that you've been looking to fight, or possibly catch you a new charge, because a lot of people was up there stealing and shit, you would definitely go to Arizona Mills Mall. That was the spot to be at. We decided to go to Mills Mall to find us something where I remember we had went into the store called Wave. And Wave was like low-key my favorite store. You know how back then, I don't know if they do that now, but how they had like the color-coded sections. That's what I liked about that store. So we went into that store to find something to wear for the kickback. That was our first stop. While we're in the store Wave shopping for something to wear for the kickback, we noticed that the workers are following us around. And remind y'all, it's a store full of people. So yeah, we're walking around the store, you know, looking and browsing or whatever, finding us something to try on, and the worker is following us. So Karen, her being the oldest out the group, she probably felt like she needed to say something. So Karen asked her, she was like, you know, why are you following us? She goes, oh no, I'm not following you guys. I'm just trying to make sure you guys don't need any help. So Karen goes, bitch, if you felt like we needed help, why the fuck you just didn't ask us? Because she didn't ask us if we needed help. You're literally just following us around the store. The worker probably thought, okay, yeah, they're young. Maybe she was even thinking, yeah, they're young and black. I'm gonna probably have to follow them around the store because they're probably gonna be shoplifting. No, we weren't gonna be shoplifting. Of course, we had money. Like back then, I was doing hair. That's how I made my money. And my sister, she started doing hair too once she seen that I was making money from doing hair. So she was making her little money too. And I don't remember if Karen had a job. Yep, Karen had a job at that time too. So we had our own money. We weren't going up there to steal. Just because we're young and, you know, we some young black girls, everybody don't steal. Everybody do not steal. But yeah, so her and Karen, like, well, they not getting into it because the girl, she was not really even saying nothing to Karen. But Karen, she just going off on her because, like, why the fuck are you following us? So the manager, she comes from the back and she asks us to leave out the store. So as we're leaving out of the store, we noticed that the manager was still following us. Like, she followed us out the store and down the mall. So have y'all seen that movie Boomerang? Do y'all remember that scene where Martin Lawrence, Eddie Murphy, and that other person, I don't know his name, but they were shopping. They had went inside a store, and I guess Martin Lawrence was trying to find like a jacket or something, I think. And like the employee was trying to make it seem like they couldn't afford nothing in the store, or they were trying to shoplift or something. I don't remember. But do y'all remember that part where they were leaving out of the store because they just was like, they're not going to buy nothing since, you know, they're being treated like that. They were just going to leave the store. And the employee towards the exit, like waiting at the exit of the store. When they're leaving, Eddie Murphy was like, watch this. He turns around and he scares the shit out of the store employees. So that's the same thing that happened to the manager when she was following us down the mall. My cousin was like, look, y'all. She turned around. She was like, roar. And the manager screamed hell out and embarrassed the fuck out of herself, y'all. That girl turned red and turned around and went back into her store because why the hell is you following us in the first place? We didn't steal anything. I don't know what gave you the impression that we were stealing because we wouldn't. I guess because we were a group of young girls, you thought, oh yeah, they came in here to steal. But yeah, so after that, we went on and found us something to wear. And for whatever reason, I wanted to go into Hot Topic. If you don't know what Hot Topic is like that goth store. I don't know, it's always dark when you go in there. So I wanted to go in there for, I don't know what reason, but we had went in there. And I guess the same thing happened because I remember my cousin Karen, she was getting into it with the employees in the store. So they arguing back and forth and they told us that we had to leave out of the store. So as we're walking out, I noticed that there was this girl sitting on a bench because you know how the malls have rest areas. She was sitting on the bench and she had a stroller in front of her and there was a dude on the side of her. We come out the store, of course, we all hyped up or whatever. And then the girl, she just starts talking shit. So I don't know, for whatever reason, she just decided to insert herself into our business. She talking about, oh, we being loud, we ghetto, we this, we that, and her baby trying to sleep. Y'all, I don't know why she thought to bring a newborn baby to the mall to get some rest. Like, you in the mall with hundreds of people. What makes you think that your baby's going to be able to rest in the mall? So yeah, she just talking about, yeah, y'all loud, y'all ghetto, this and that. So her and my cousin, they like getting into it. So my cousin starts to walk towards her to get up in her face. And she hurried up and picked her little baby up and put her baby on her shoulder and was like, bitch, get out of my face. Don't come over here with that shit, bitch. I got my baby. Y'all waking up my baby. Like, I didn't understand if the girl was like slow or not, because what are you talking about? How are we waking up your baby? If you want your baby to get some rest, take your baby home. Like, why are you sitting in the middle of the mall? Are you stranded or something? It was definitely giving stranded. So because my cousin and the girl was arguing, security was called and security made us leave the mall. But it was all good because we had already got our clothes for the kickback. Still, that was messed up that we were the only ones to get kicked out. She's the one who was in our business. So let's fast forward to the actual date of the kickback. We have everything we need for the kickback. We got our bottles. Well, we got the bottles that we want to take out the china cabinet once my mom and my sisters leave out the house. So, you know, we already got which ones we gonna pick. My mom, she had made some wings and nachos for the party. We had, you know, the music playing, house smelling good. Like, we all dressed up. So it's time to kick back and let loose. So the night comes, you know, it starts getting dark and people are starting to show up. So of course, her friends come before the ninjas come, the nazies come. Her friends was cool, but there was one friend, y'all know who I'm talking about. Well, if you know the story time, I dated two friends, y'all know who I'm talking about. That bitch Danielle. So during this time, like, me and Danielle, we were cool, but she just started to rub me the wrong way because of just her whole attitude and just her thinking she's just so much better than us. Like, I always thought to myself, bitch, if you think you better than us, why are you always hanging around us? Like, you the one who ain't never got no ride nowhere. You always the one who need a couple dollars to buy you something to eat. You're just always the friend that's in need, like, all the time. I could see if you're in need sometimes, but bitch, you in need all the time, but you think you so much better than us. That was just weird to me. Like, I didn't see why my sister was friends with her. I could never be friends with somebody like that. But anyways, yeah, y'all. So everybody started to show up. And I'm just waiting for, you know, I'm just waiting for the niggas to pull up because I'm trying to see who the hell my sister invited. while we're waiting on the dudes to pull up, we just making drinks, you know, taking shots, dancing, having us a little good time. So us girls are just having us a good old time. No kneesies yet, but we having a good time, just enjoying each other's company, having fun, taking shots, doing whatever. We hear a knock at the door. So once we hear that knock, we already know who it is. It's, you know, the ninjas, the kneesies. When my sister opened the door, like, I had stayed in the kitchen. I didn't want to be in the living room while, you know, they all walking in. So I stayed in the kitchen with Karen. Me and Karen, we just waiting to see who come in the house. I could have asked my sister who she invited, but my sister, I don't know, she was weird. She would deal with me and then she wouldn't. Like, it was off and on with her. She was like a light switch. And she was real secretive a lot of the time. Like, I don't know why she was like that, but she was just weird. I didn't even bother to ask her who she invited. So yeah, once I see the first person that walks in, like, he had came back to the kitchen. Once I seen him, I already knew who she invited. I'm not going to say their hood name, but once I saw who it was, I already know what hood that she invited. And it was the only hood that was going to be there. It was, meaning like, it was the only group of dudes that were going to be there, because this hood could not be around nobody. Like, nobody else. They could not be around no other males, because they were just so confrontational. They had beef with literally everybody. And I, for the life of me, I could not understand, like, why would my sister invite them? I don't know. I kind of felt like she was just trying to impress her friends, because y'all know, I don't know if everybody does it, but friend groups have their favorite niggas. And I guess that was her friend's favorite niggas. So that's probably why she invited them niggas, because that was her friend's favorite niggas. But that group of dudes was not my favorite niggas, and I did not want to be around them. I already knew how they was. Like, they had a bad rep. They were known for being in BS all the time, like, no lie. All throughout my high school years, all you heard about was just them being in BS. They were known for jumping people. They were just known for just causing chaos all the time, and I just did not want to be around them. Okay, y'all, so I'm trying to be a good sport. I'm just trying to play it cool and get through the night. And I'm thinking, hopefully, no drama occurs the whole night. We could just get through the night without any BS. So yeah, I'm drinking, you know, I'm interacting with the kneesies, taking shots, and, you know, just talking. I remember talking to this one dude. I don't remember how the conversation started. He obviously came up and talked to me, because I wasn't finna come up and talk to none of them. We just talking or whatever. You know, we getting along. And I'm passing out cups of hot wings. I don't know why I wasn't putting them on paper plates. I don't know. I think we had paper bowls for nachos and we had plastic cups for the drinks. But I don't know why I was putting them in cups, y'all. But I was putting hot wings in cups, passing them out or whatever. Just being a good host. Even though I wasn't the host, but it's my house. I didn't want people with their dirty ass hands all in the food. So I'm just passing out cups of wings and bowls of nachos. I remember I was talking to one of the dudes, and he was just, you know, we getting along, chopping it up or whatever. He tells me, I thought you didn't like me. And I'm like, oh no, you cool. We just probably had a misunderstanding. I'm just trying to play it cool, because I don't feel like the bullshit, y'all. Like, I'm not a confrontational person. Like, I get down if I have to, but I'm not the person who go looking for drama. Like, that was definitely my sister and Karen. So we just talking or whatever. And y'all, by this time, I am drunk. I'm drunk as hell. So there's bits and pieces of this night that I can only remember, because I'm toe back. I am toe the fuck back, y'all. I remember I had, you know, moved over to the living room. You know, I'm turning up the music. I'm dancing, just trying to be a good sport and have a good time. And I had ended up going outside to hit my black. I know, y'all, that's gross as hell. I used to smoke Black and Mild, so I had went outside to smoke me a Black and Mild, and there was some dudes out there, you know, talking, probably smoking some tree or whatever. So I remember I'm so drunk that I had a cup. I think my sister had made some pink panties. I had a cup of pink panties, and I dropped my cup and it splashed on my legs, because I remember I was wearing my gray and white not Vans, but my gray and white Chucks, and I had on some high socks. So when I dropped my cup, it had splashed on my socks. So let me tell y'all what I was wearing, because somebody has something to say about what I was wearing later on in the story time. But I had on my gray and white Chucks, some high socks, some little bitty booty shorts, and a gray and white striped zip up sweater. That's what I was wearing that night. And remind y'all, this was around like the jerkin era. So yeah. I went back in the house and I went into the kitchen to make me another drink. one of the dudes was in the kitchen and he had spilled something on the kitchen floor. So I was gonna clean it up. Like, I could have got the mop, but then I would have had to go outside and wet it and do all that extra shit. So I wasn't trying to do all that. I pulled the adjustable sprayer thing out. I'm gonna spray the floor and then wipe it up with some paper towel. Like, that's what I was gonna do. So as I start to spray the floor, my sister, she goes, "What are you doing? Like, you just be doing stupid shit." So I said, "What are you talking about? I'm cleaning up this mess that your friend made. How about you clean it up?" Because, girl, what? I'm doing stupid shit because I'm trying to clean up a mess? Okay, now I see this little hoe trying to get beside herself. So me and my sister, we're getting into it over a spot that I'm trying to clean up on the floor. She could have took her ass outside to get the mop and the mop bucket and start cleaning up this mess. But no, I'm like, this is my house. I see the drink spilled on the floor. I'm just going to clean it up. I'm drunk as hell, y'all, but I'm still going to clean up this damn mess. Me and my sister, we're just getting into it, and I can already tell, yeah, like, I already know how this night is going to play out just because how she's acting. And I used to feel like she used to do this because she was trying to show out in front of people. Let me give y'all a little example because she used to do this with my other siblings too. So I have some younger siblings, right? And one of my younger siblings, she likes to like wear my sister's clothes. She likes to wear her shoes. My sister had all the Jordans, like any Jordan you can think of, my sister, she had it. So these new Jordans had came out, and I guess my little sister had wore them to school. So my other sister had went to go pick my mom up from work because she bought her car and she went to go get her from work. And by the time my mom got off work and the school bus would be pulling up to let my little sisters off the bus, they'd be pulling up around the same time. So my sister had pulled up to the bus stop waiting for my little sisters to get off the bus to drive them around to the house. While she's waiting for them to get off the school bus, I remember I was at the house and I was asleep, and I get a call on my phone. It's one of my little sisters. I answer the phone and I'm like, "Hello?" And my little sister, she's screaming. She's like, "Kid, get down here. So-and-so and my other sister, they're fighting." So I'm like, what the hell? So I get up as fast as I can, throw on my shoes, try to run outside and get to the bus stop as fast as I can. Like, the bus stop was a little ways from my house. So I started running. Like, I'm running as fast as I can. And remind y'all, it's hot as hell outside too. So I'm like, damn, I'm finna pass out. So I'm just trying to get to the bus stop as fast as I can. So this is what happened. My sister pulls up to get my little siblings off of the school bus. Remind y'all, it's parents outside. It's kids getting off the school bus. And when she sees one of my sister get off the school bus, she just takes off on her. Like, they started fighting because my little sister had on her Jordans, her new pair of Jordans. So before she had picked up my siblings from the school bus, she had went and got some Chinese food. So she had two big boxes, which is two big boxes of Chinese food, I guess. Y'all, the Chinese food was all over the ground, and I don't even know how that happened because the Chinese food was supposed to be in the car. So I'm telling y'all this story to say this. I just felt like she was showing out because my brother was also in the car with her and my brother's friend, and during that time my sister was talking to his friend. So I just feel like when she's around certain people, she tries to show out. And that's exactly what she was doing that night at the kickback. After that situation, that little mini altercation with my sister in the kitchen, I get irritated and I go in the living room. I sit down on the couch, and this two dudes in the living room sitting on the couch. And I remember one of them was smoking, y'all. He was smoking and he was ashing on my mama fucking couch. So I'm like, hey, what are you doing? Why is you putting your ashes on the couch? If you gonna smoke, you can just go outside. Because what the fuck? Like, these niggas had no home training. I still can't believe she even well, I can believe it because that's the type of shit she used to do back then. Like, you would even invite some trash like this to our house. Dude was really just ashing on my mom's couch like it was nothing. So I check him and he laughing like it's something funny. He was like, "Okay, yeah, you right. I'm gonna go outside and finish smoking." So he goes outside to finish smoking, and I hear some commotion upstairs. And it sounds like it's Danielle. Danielle, she's sloppy drunk. Like, she's sloppy drunk, crying, talking about somebody stole her chain, trying to fight people. I'm thinking, what are these people doing upstairs? So I go upstairs and I'm like, what are y'all doing up here? The party is downstairs. And Danielle was just crying, talking about somebody stole my chain. That was my baby chain. Danielle, she had a baby, and it was weird because she was always at our house. She was at our house like weeks at a time, and she didn't even ever once have the baby with her. So, and her baby was small. So Danielle was just saying, yeah, somebody stole her chain, blah, blah, blah. I'm just thinking to myself, oh my gosh, I already know one of them dudes done stole her chains. Because the other girls were there. It was just me, my sister Karen, and my sister's close friends. And they're all like literally best friends. So why would one of them steal her chain? So I'm like, yeah, it's probably time to wrap this party up. For whatever reason, everybody that was downstairs had all came upstairs. We had a couch in the den. So some people are sitting on the couch, and I guess the girl Danielle, she takes off on one of the dudes, and they just like laughing at her, talking about this bitch drunk, like ain't nobody stole her chain, this bitch in here trying to fight me, like just making fun of her or whatever. And then like, she always be on bullshit when she drunk, ain't nobody stole her chain, this and that. So Danielle takes off on dude, and he falls back on the couch, and I'm trying to help him up. I'm like, oh, you good? Like, girl just took off on him. I'm trying to help him up, and then nigga gonna push my hand and say, don't fucking touch me. Like, he was like low-key getting at me. I'm like, I'm just trying to help your stupid ass. So I'm like, oh yeah, it's time for y'all niggas to go. Like, my sister, she was letting that shit go on in the house, like them fighting and arguing and being disrespectful. No, I'm not the one or the two. Y'all can get up out of my house. As I'm telling everybody to leave, well, not everybody, just the dudes. I'm telling all them that they need to leave. They start talking shit to me, talking about some, fuck you, bitch. We don't have to go nowhere. This ain't your party. This your sister party. She ain't tell us that we had to leave. Fuck you. This isn't, like, they just really going in on me. So while they all talking shit to me, of course I'm gonna defend myself. I'm arguing right back with them. I'm just telling them, I bet y'all do get the fuck out of my house. I don't care if this is my sister's function. This my house too, and y'all gonna leave. Y'all being hella disrespectful. You're not gonna keep disrespecting me. Y'all done stole Danielle's chain. Y'all gotta go. So while I'm telling them to leave, I start walking down the stairs because I'm like, yeah, it's time to go. Y'all niggas follow my lead. So I start going down the stairs and was finna open the door and make them niggas get out the house. I'll go down the stairs, and we all stand in the living room, and they start circling me, talking shit, talking about some, bitch, we'll beat your ass, like really threatening me, talking big shit. And then my sister, she walks over to me and say, you's a stupid bitch. You're a dumb bitch. You a stupid bitch. Like, that's what she just kept saying. And I'm like, what? I'm stupid because I'm not allowing yo weird ass friends to disrespect me in my house. Like, at this point, I don't care if it's your birthday. They're disrespecting your house and your sister, but you want to blame me? Like, make it make sense. So at this point, y'all, I'm arguing with the dudes and my sister. Karen, she started getting at my sister because how are you choosing their side over your own sister? Like, make it make sense. So Karen and my sister, they really arguing and screaming at each other. They about to fight. My brother, that's when my brother, he comes out the room. I guess he was upstairs asleep, but he comes out the room, and this is my older brother. He comes out the room. He like, what the fuck going on? I know y'all niggas ain't trying to press my sisters. He just walks up pressing niggas like, what's happening? But once they saw that my brother was coming downstairs, because they didn't even know that it was a male in the house. They just thought it was just all females. They get scared. I'm like, oh, okay, so you only want to press a female, but when a man get in your face, all y'all niggas is scared. So they like, yeah, fuck y'all. We finna get up out of here. Like, they start walking out the door or whatever. So none of them was about that action when my brother came downstairs. They pretty much just left out the door, their tails tucked between their legs. Like, I'm not going to say everything that my brother was saying. I'm not even going to repeat all that. But my brother had them niggas shook. So I'm like, nah, don't leave now. Just wait a minute. Hold on, because I got somebody for each and every last one of y'all. It was like 5 or 6 dudes. So, of course, I call my daddy, and I'm crying, y'all. Like, I'm crying because I'm so mad, because I can't believe, like, this is really happening to me in my own house. I'm about to get jumped by all these dudes, and then my sister, she's placing the blame on me. Like, she's making it seem like I'm the root of this whole problem. So I'm just crying, I'm frustrated, and remind y'all, I'm drunk as hell too. So I'm like, no, I'm finna call my daddy. So I call my daddy, and I'm like, Daddy, it's a whole bunch of niggas over here. They try to fight me. They in my face, Daddy. You need to come over here right now. Bring so-and-so with you. Bring so-and-so. And I'm referring to my cousin. I'm like, bring him with you. It's a whole bunch of niggas. They try to fight me. And my sister, she's blaming it on me. Hurry up. Like, I was just a mess, y'all. Like, I'm drunk. I'm crying. I'm just ready to fight. It's just too much. Like, this whole night was just too much for nothing. So Danielle, she's crying and people trying to hold her up because she's just falling out, doing the most. She's drunk as hell too. I can hear her on the stairs. She was like, "Why is Key crying? Why is Key crying?" And they was like, so and so was trying to fight her. She was like, "No, I don't want Key crying. Why is she crying? Why are they trying to fight her?" So I'm like, "Oh my God, this bitch is annoying." Like, but still, I'm crying too. She was like, "I don't want her crying. Key, what's wrong? What's wrong, Key? No, let me go down there and talk to her." I'm like, "Oh my God, this bitch is crazy." But I'm still crying. I with my brother hugging me, trying to comfort me and stuff. And Karen, she just sitting there mad, just ready to take off on my sister. Everybody in the house was just mad at this point. So my daddy, he pulled up quick. He pulls up with my cousin and my cousin friend. Oh, y'all, and let me tell y'all about my cousin friend. I was in love with my cousin friend, y'all. We gonna get him a name. Let's just call him Jay. I was in love with Jay, like no lie. I was so in love with him. And this is my boy cousin, y'all. He would always come over to our house and chill with us. This was Karen's first cousin. So remind y'all, me and Karen, we ain't real cousins, but we cousins because she's related to my little brother. So this is Karen's first cousin, the one that my daddy had pulled up with him and his friend. So yeah, I was in love with my cousin's friend, y'all. He was so fun. Every time I see my cousin, I would tell him like, "So what's up with your friend?" And remind y'all, I was only 18 at the time, but my cousin's friend Jay, he was like in his mid-20s, and I had no business trying to get at this man, y'all. But every time I see my cousin, I'd be like, "So like, what's up with him? You got a girlfriend?" And every time I ask him, like, "Can you just give him my number or can I have his?" Like every time I see my cousin. So one day he actually gave me Jay's phone number, and I didn't like use it or nothing. Like I did, but I wouldn't say it was me. I would call him blocked, and I just wanted to hear him say hello, and I hang up on him. I know, y'all, it was creepy. It was creepy as hell. I was like low-key on some stalker shit. But if y'all seen that man, y'all be on the same shit. He was too fine, but he was too old for me. I had no business trying to talk to that man. I had just turned 18, y'all, so I really had no business trying to talk to that grown-ass man. But he was so fine. Oh my God. So when I see my dad pull up with my cousin and Jay, I was like, "Oh yeah." Oh, look who showed up for me, baby. I was happy to see him. So I'm still like, I come outside because my daddy told me he pulling up or whatever. So I come outside and I see my cousin and my daddy was like, "So what happened?" Like he mad, y'all. He hella mad. And I'm still crying. I'm just like, "Daddy, this is not," like I'm just telling him everything that happened. And then my cousin, he just standing there looking mad. And then I'm like really boohoo crying, y'all. Like my whole face wet. I probably had a headache the next morning how bad I was crying, y'all. And his friend Jay, he was standing there looking at me. And I was low-key embarrassed because I was crying in front of Jay, like looking hella stupid probably. But I was really mad, y'all. I was like not only mad at the fact that they was trying to jump me out, but I was hurt. Like my feelings were hurt that my sister was acting like that towards me. I was really crying because of that reason too. Jay, he's standing there, he looking at me. He just started yelling. He was like, "Fuck, I'm ready to unalive somebody right now." So I'm like thinking to myself, "Oh my gosh, so does this mean that he wants me?" Like I think he likes me because he's ready to over me. Like maybe he does. I was so delusional, y'all. I really thought this man liked me because he was willing to protect me. I don't know. I was young, y'all. Don't judge me. So yeah, my dad was just asking me, "Do y'all know where these niggas live at? Because we can pull up to their house right now." So I go in the house. I'm like, "Danielle, where these dudes live at? Because my people is ready to pull up. They was in here just trying to jump me. Where they live at?" And Danielle, she's still crying, still drunk, falling out. "I don't know nothing, Key. I don't know anything. They stole my chain. They stole my chain. They was trying to fight you. I don't know. I don't know anything, Key. I don't know anything. I want to help you, but I just don't know anything." I'm like, "Oh, this bitch." So I go back outside and I tell my dad, like, she don't know where they live and I don't know where they live. And my sister damn sure ain't finna tell me anything about none of them. And of course my dad was mad at her because what are you thinking? So y'all remember how I said earlier what I was wearing? So I'm just sitting there mad about everything that went on. And my dad out of the blue asked me, "What are you wearing?" He looked at me like, "What the fuck do you got on?" Because remind y'all, I had on some those gray and white chucks with some high socks, some little bitty booty shorts, and a long sleeve zip up sweater that was striped gray and white. And I guess he thought I looked fucking crazy. But I mean, that was the style back then. And I told my daddy, I said, this ain't about me right now. Because why would you just ask me that? I just almost got my ass beat and you gonna ask me what do I have on? This is not about me. He low-key pissed me off. My dad used to always come for me. Anybody else dad do that? Like, if your hair looking crazy, he'll ask you why your hair look like that, or go comb your hair. Like, anybody else dad do that weird shit? But yeah, he had low-key pissed me off. So after that, my sister and her friends, they ended up leaving and going to go stay the night at her friend's house. So it was gonna be too much tension with everybody staying in the house together. Everybody wanted to fight each other, so it was just best for her to leave. And I didn't want her in my house. I did not. Like, I had called my mama and told her what happened. My mom was mad too. Like, if you feel any type of way, you can just leave. And that's what she did. So that's everything that happened that night. Me and my sister, we weren't cool for at least a couple weeks, y'all. I'm a Taurus, so I tend to hold grudges. And she was willing to talk to me, but I was not willing to talk to her. I remember one time she did something to me, and I did not speak to my sister for 2 whole years, y'all. I will hold a grudge. I do not forgive easily at all, y'all. So that's it for this story time. I hope y'all enjoyed. Y'all know we're on the road to 1K. So if you could please like, comment, subscribe, and share this story time. That'll help me reach my goal before the end of the year, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching.